At RaiseCredit.com, we know it's not how many times you get knocked down, it's how many times you get back up. At RaiseCredit.com, we've got your back up. You can get the life you really want. RaiseCredit.com.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Ray Reynolds here with RaiseWebinar.com. All right, in the beginning, I'll always tell you the same thing. Please get a tablet and pen. Write things down. Make sure you don't just take pictures, because you got to get it here. The ultimate goal is to get you past go and get you to that $1 million dream. Here's a phone number I'd like you to write down in the beginning. It is 800-510-3338. You need to get hold of the office at any given time. From there, the information is protected in most ways. As we do this today, I want you to think about something about your life. Have you been knocked down? Somebody get in your way? Did you jack up your credit? What got screwed up? All right, I want you to plan on the problems. There's two things in life. If you have safety credit and the line of defense, you can see it, believe it, and get it every time. You got the ability to actually go get the American dream. We'll explain all that to you today. I don't want you to ever bring the pain home. In the beginning, when we get knocked down, it's kind of like Humpty Dumpty. We just got to get back up again and again. We can never give up. So my journey a little bit, I'm going to tell you about. Then I want your journey to begin with me. I want you to have the ability to see it, believe, and go get it too. So I'm going to start when I was 3 years old. At 3 years old, I got to be with Mrs. Hope. Mrs. Hope, all right, got her weekly and monthly checks. Well, what she did is she dropped me off at Don Beach Pier every morning at 6:30. So at 6:30, a 3-year-old little boy till 9.5 years old, I got dropped off at 6:30 and picked up at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. I thought at that time she was a she-devil from hell. I got to learn to steal and beg. Kind of sucked. But one of the things, if I saw her today, I'd say, thank you, Mrs. Hope. Because what you made me do is fight to get out of hell. And what I did is I started to get every magazine, every book I could about rich and famous people. I wanted to see how they got their goodies too. So here's a couple things I obtained through this journey of me. I got my Lamborghini collections, my Duffys, the mansions, broke world records, having fun with that too. All right, had basically race boats parked in my backyard, helicopters, even yachts. And don't forget about the Ferraris too. You see, I developed something called Ray's Rules. If you learn the rules and the tools, you can get that as well. The main thing is giving you the discipline. 43 years ago, I wrote the book called Winning the Game of Business. I had to move 24 times by the time I was 11 and a half years old. It kind of sucked. So the thing for me is those people were mean on the 1st and the 15th, probably because the rent or the mortgage was due. So I turned everything into a game. I know if I play a game, I'm always going to play to win. I like to give you the rules and the tools today and then get you to the workshops with me starting tomorrow morning. See, tomorrow morning, I'll be here at 4 o'clock in the morning, start my first class at 7 a.m. You got the ability to listen and learn, and if you allow me to, I'm going to connect the dots for you too. I learned as a kid. The main thing is my first corporation was called Helping Hand Industries. From there, it's basically I brought in $100,000, and then I brought in $1 million at 14, double billion at 26, but always under corporate structure. You see, here's the thing. If you give me 90 days, I'll repackage your life from the house to the car to the bank account. I'll get you on your $1 million dream, and I'll even guarantee it. But then I want you at the workshops with me to listen and learn exactly what I did. See, I'm going to be with you at the seminar, the workshop, and the boot camp. I never passed the buck. The reality is, today is the 16th. Today is October 16th, 2020. All right, and 90 days from now, if you wrote it down, all right, I could get you a credit score up to an 820. Do all the work. I might ask you to do one or two things. $100,000 as well. All right, I'd say get a franchise to a division, a house, maybe an apartment complex too. You could actually start driving your dreams and your goals, and me, I'm just going to hold your hand. If you allow me to, I'll do most of the work for you anyway. Now, here's the weird thing. 2020 is the first year on a corporation. 2021, January 2nd, is now it's on its second fiscal year. You actually have 9 lines of credit up to $150,000 that don't require basically a tax return. But it does require the corporation or the division to be 2 years old. So that's the most important thing you need to hear today on that. From here, we got 50 days left. That's it. The average state's taking 42 days to file a corporation. We're running out of time. I need the name of the corporation or the divisions today. From there, if you need your credit rebuilt, they have under Section 611 federal law, public record, up to 45 days to basically respond back to you. If it's not done right away, you're probably going to be stuck till next year. See, what happens to most people is they lose their job or have an emergency. Then they run out of time, they run out of money, and then they jack up their credit and bring the pain home in 42 days. You see, we got the ability, but we got to start a blueprint. Tomorrow morning, get up at 4:30 in the morning. I don't know why you're sleeping in anyway. The next thing about this is getting to know me more. See, I'm going to hold your hand every step of the way. I'm actually going to do the work for you if you allow me to. I'd like you to write down Credit Services Act. Years ago, I'm the guy that was working with Ken Yarborough, security chief at TRW, and Asperian when the credit system got developed even more. So guess what? I want you to Google that later today. It'll take you to the Federal Trade Commission, where they say that no one can do credit repair and charge money up front. Unfortunately, there's a lot of them that do that. All right, all they're writing is letters saying, not mine, never late. The bottom line, there's a lot more to it. You have to learn how to do credit rebuilding. And it'll also refer you to the Credit Repair Organization Act. That's the one in Section 611. They got 45 days, basically working days, to respond back to you. So let's think about something today. If you get to know me and I do the work for you, I can help you build your dreams. By the way, I was the second largest advertiser in Los Angeles for 32 years too. So the main thing is I won't let you down. I would like you at my workshop tomorrow. Can you do that for me? I'd like to change your life starting today and tomorrow. See, what I really want to do is repackage your life, your house, your car, your bank account. I want to do it my way, clone me into you. So as we look at this today, it's pretty simple. The ultimate thing is credit. It saved my life as a kid and as an adult when I found myself in a coma. So what we get to do today, look at your wallet. Look at the debit card, look at the Visa, the MasterCard, or the American Express too. All right, if you got them, good, but if you're jacking them up, you dropped your score. I'd like to convert that into up to $1 million of credit for you, but I want to get more corporate credit so I can write off the credit card and the interest rate, especially if you say you want to do real estate or franchise. You see, today, everyone seems to think about money for a rainy day. In my life, it doesn't rain, it always pours. So the bottom line is going to be up to you. Today, let's say today, and let's look at reality. Today, you have an emergency. You need $5,000, but you need it now. You ask your friends, your family, the bank, they say no. But if you would have had the discipline of the rules of safety credit, this card in my hand is worth $5,000, the one on the screen too. If I had to jack it up, all right, and call it safety credit, the worst thing is it's $50 a month. The average person wastes that every other day. So let's look at this. Maybe it's you. Do you waste $140 a week like they say? If you do, that's $600 a month. This is a Venture and a Venture One card at $50,000 a piece. So there's $100,000 in front of you. But here's what I want you to name it from now on. See, you can't write off the interest rate or the card. Please call it safety credit. All right, and what happens is if you jacked it up like you've been wasting $50 to $60 a week or a day, or that $600, let's think, $50,000 maxed out card today is $612.26. For what the average person wastes in a given month, they could have got 2 locations for Pizza, started a business. Please stop wasting money. Stop bringing the pain home. You got the ability today, and remember what I said in the beginning. Plan on the problem. Someone's going to get in your way. They're going to try to take it away. They're going to piss you off, but I want you to focus on one thing. You're going to have safety credit by the time we're done. You're going to understand how to master the line of defense. See it, believe it, go get it every time. The ultimate goal is up to you as you do this. So running your race, that's up to you, but you got to run your own race. And yes, we're going to fall down. And the reality is that people around us want to keep us down. Do what I do. See, I've heard no 1 billion plus times in my life. All right, turn off the sounds of other people, please. You're going to have to run your race. You're going to have to believe in yourself no matter what they say or no matter what they do. It's like me. I always had God, me. That's all I ever had all my life till I got a wife And my kids, that was it. Reaching the goal, believing in me. When I broke the world record for the highest kick in 1981, the bottom line is, remember, white men do jump, just stupid people say we don't. So guess what? If someone tells you and you hear you can't do this or that, sorry, don't listen to them. God gave you a gift and a dream. Now use it and go help other people too. You got the ability just like I do. You see, look at this in front of you as an SSN form. What happened? You did it the same thing I was told to do. We did what we were told to do. Go get the SSN Social Security card so we can go get the job. We did that. Now we get 1 or 2 write-offs if we're lucky. The next thing is no one taught us the rules and the tools of the discipline. And that's what I'm going to do today. Yes, you got your Experian, your Equifax, your TransUnion too. If you jack up a credit card past 29%, you dropped your score, now you're stuck, you can't get any more. That's just flat out the truth. There's an alternative to do it a better way anyway. So today, let's give you some rules, some tools, get you to play and listen to me and get you to the workshop starting tomorrow. The United States of America Incorporated, by the way, we are the collateral, especially ever since Nixon took the gold standard out. They've been printing money 24/7. Please write this little list. We'll get it started. Call your goal list. First thing we want to write down is raise rules. Then we should always have a goal as 100,000 of safety credit. Never jack it past 29% so you don't drop your score. That would have gave you 71,000 of safety credit in case there's a pandemic or you lost your job. Unfortunately, what most people do is they steal the money and the credit from the family and roll the dice to start a business. They hurt the family and they bring the pain home. There's a better way to play that game, so listen and learn today. We got the ability, but we've all went through bad times. We have. There's me in a coma in 2009. There's me in a coma at 5.5 years old. No matter what happened to me, I still got back up every time. See, here I'm laying in the hospital after I took people on my yacht behind my backyard. All right, on July 4th and July 5th, I'm in the hospital. All right, and I get to die at 5:41 in the afternoon in a coma because someone came on my yacht and had swine flu and pneumonia. All right, yes, my life got destroyed, but I made a promise, all right, in that coma that I'd help people the rest of my life. That's why I'm here for you today. So let's learn what I did to bring in that 100,000, that million, and the double billion by the time I was 26. There's me in the coma, swine flu, pneumonia. What did I do? They called it H1N1. At the end of the day, someone who ever had swine flu pneumonia shouldn't have been on my yacht in the first place. So today we get to learn from that too. You see, I walked around for 5 weeks with an oxygen tank. I had to put my credit score back to an 820. Then I popped $1 million of corporate credit again. I don't stay down, and from now on, I don't want you to stay down either. I want you to listen and learn and make sure you play the game. I want you to win. Today, you don't get a do-over. You get to live or die. COVID-19 can wipe you out. Maybe today you wear a mask. I would if I was you. All right, if I would have known to wear a mask or a bubble around my head versus laying in that hospital being dead, I would have did that too. You see, today it takes a moment to die and a lifetime to live. You got to decide which one you're going to pick. It's going to be up to you. Comfortable? Sorry to say, I've never been comfortable a day in my life. I think comfortable people are lazy, sorry to say. Reality is what I do every morning. I've done this since I was 2.5 years old. I wake up at 2:25, I drop to my knees, I say, thank you, Jesus, for another day. Then I go look in a mirror. I stare at myself for 2 minutes because I make myself responsible. First thing I do is I ask myself a couple questions. All right, I ask myself, all right, have I completed everything I need to? Is there more to be done? Could you please do this? Try it once, please. You see, here's the problem. Everybody around you have their opinions. I'm sorry, but God gave you an idea, a vision, and a dream, like He gave me. Reality is when you ask their opinion, all right, and what they think, they told you. And all that did is put a cloud around your direction. Do yourself a favor for 90 days. Shh, don't tell anybody what you're going to do. Let me do the work for you. You can't find anybody on this planet like me today. Thank God for that. especially someone who's going to basically do the work for you, hand it to you, teach you, then preach to you, and make sure you understand the rules and the tools. It's like money. I love money, and I'm not going to say I don't. All right? You see, money is one of the best things I love best out of the top 10. I don't have to steal. I don't have to beg. I can pay my bills. I can feed my family. I can help people like you. I haven't had a paycheck for 20 years. I don't seem to need one. The reality is I'm trying to keep my promise and help you too. You got the ability to listen and learn today, but here's the problem. You're going to have to follow through this time. Yes, we're getting older, slower. We're not as pretty as we used to be. Go back to the job you hate. It's okay. See, at the end of the day, they're going to fire you anyway. Then you're going to drive an Uber and deliver some pizza. Is that true your American dream? It's not mine, but it might be yours. You never know. You see, you got the ability to do this right. All I can tell you is the truth. Being with Mrs. Hope, all right, today I'd tell her thank you, even though she was a she-devil from hell, even though I got used and abused as a child. She made me so angry inside, I had to get out of hell. I stood outside the bedroom, it was actually the pantry, and every Wednesday night they had a poker game. I'd write little silly notes. They thought I was weird, probably true. But the difference is when they said a corporation's a legal person, I wrote that down. I circled that 10 times. I heard my way out of hell if I could figure it out. Next day, I'm at the library studying, trying to figure it out. I asked the lady, what did it mean? She says, here's a microfiche, here's a book. I read the book. One of the things that bothered me most is I was trying to figure out the blueprint, the rules, the tools, the instruction manual. See, all of you, you probably have a book or two at home about secrets or the getting all that American dream and all that blah, blah, blah. At the end of the day, I'm going to teach you things you've never heard, what you really needed to know anyway. After I got pissed off, I was at that library for 2 years straight, almost every day. I wrote the rules and tools, how to get the first $1 million at 14. It's in those books and CDs. It's right there in front of you. From there, the real estate system too. That's fun. All right, financial series too. Don't forget winning the game of business too. When I was at the Bonaventure before my coma for 32 years, there was a line around the door. And I always sold that for $20,000, if not more. Even at the Marriott in Long Beach too. I'm probably one of the most verified people you can find on the planet today. And you'll find out. I might ask you to do 1 or 2 things, but I'm going to follow through. The office here, they have a sales team. They sell it for $999 for you. No problem with that at all. If you do it today, and I mean now, okay, I had one earlier call, they call the sales team, and they expect a commission. All right, but if I discount this half price, all right, because I'm trying to get that last $20,000 on a housing project for other people, I need you to sell it to me, all right, because I'm going to give it to you for $499. 18 books, 18 CDs. Now, listen very carefully today. You can pick a hat, a mask, or a t-shirt, all right, for raisecredit.com. If you do this today, listen carefully, all right, after you get the books and CDs, you call me personally. I'm going to spend 15 minutes with you on the phone. I'm usually $3,000 an hour, by the way, but it has to be done today. There's the Zelle information. You've got to Zelle it. And if you can't Zelle it today, don't ask them on Monday because I'm going to act like I got amnesia. I don't remember that at all. They're not going to believe me since I have total recall. But their bottom line is if you want 15 minutes with me, when you do that $499 today, you Zelle it. Take a picture of that page today. It's up to you. See, you got 800-510-3338. The main thing I want to do is what I know how to do for everybody. I can rebuild your credit better than anybody on the planet the right way. I can add you to my Rapid Rescore program. I can get you credit lines that are cash credit, corporations, books, CDs, and classes. You're stuck with me starting tomorrow. Now listen very carefully and write it down. Every credit card you ever get needs to be 25 to 29% at all given times. You jack up the card, you basically drop your score, you can't get any more, now you're stuck. If you would have known the rules and the tools in the first place and the discipline, you probably wouldn't have screwed up. I got to make you a qualified CFO. If you allow me to do that, I'm doing all the work for you anyway. All you got to do is tomorrow morning be on the workshops with me. So it's like income. It's like money. My favorite thing is real estate. I had $841 million of real estate under corporate structure before I was in a coma. My life got destroyed. But I didn't have time to say boo-hoo-hoo. So let's understand, if you want to basically get some real estate, I'm going to teach you how to get millions of dollars. Maybe a property we fix up. But again, I turn things into a game for me, so I call it a flippity-dippity-doo. A duplex, a fourplex, maybe apartment complex. From here, it's up to you to understand something. I love commercial real estate too. Now, if COVID-19 is going to change the world, let's change with it. You see, you should get a franchise, maybe a McDonald's, a Taco Bell, or a Wendy's when they got the beef. Profit sharing, we can play that too. But one of the things I was known for is being the one that helped and set up rich and famous people to get millionaires and billionaires. There's 84 ways to leverage money and credit. I can turn every one of these into 99 more. If you've been basically looking how to get that American dream, I'm exactly what you've been looking for, believe me. I wish I had me when I was a kid, all right, with all the rules and the tools. Now, here's a Lamborghini in front of you. Okay, what happens today? Everybody you see that are rich and famous, guess what they do? They drive company cars, but not you. What you do is you get a paycheck. And what happens is that paycheck's barely been taxed. In other words, you get the leftover. Then you pay your bills. Then you're paying for a car you should not. Literally. Okay, and then you're taking the money and the credit from the family to roll the dice. Why? Why would you ever do that? You see, every car you get can be a corporate car, tax ID, and fleet price. All you got to do is listen to me, and I'll teach you exactly step by step at the workshop. Nothing to lose, everything to gain. Today, I'll bet you're taking your taxable income, called a paycheck, to pay the payment, the gas, registration, insurance. If you're doing that, can you yell the word no, please? Please? I don't get it. Okay? I drive company cars since I was 14 and a half years old. So the word no is simple. Your car you're driving today should not be your car. It should be a corporate car, tax ID, and fleet price. That way you can write it all off like everybody else is. You see, back when you got your SSN, remember, all right, what did you do? Please write down Ray's rules. Now, I'll bet you, if I asked you if you read the card front and back, you're going to say you did. Unfortunately, here's the problem. You didn't retain the information. You skimmed over it like you do everything you read today. You trust everybody. Hey, just sign this. We don't do that no more. You do it my way. Read the back of the card, ladies and gentlemen. It says do not laminate. Do not, for ID purposes, don't carry with you. All right, it tells you flat out it's not yours. It's right there in the card. So why you got it again? So it creates what's called a 1040 tax return. And we didn't know it's going to control our credit like it is today, but it is. So are you going to be a duck the rest of your life, or you want to learn how to play the game? Again, you got an SSN. We only get 1 or 2 write-offs at all. From there, we get our Sperian, our TransUnion, and Equifax. But here's the thing. When you jack it up past 29%, you drop your score, you get stuck, you can't get any more. All right, you all know that's the truth because you've all done it in the past. Again, you're going to have to listen to me. S is 4 times 4. Can you write that down for me, please? Please write it down. You see, here's an SS4. All right, almost no liability, and get to write off the credit cards, interest, and everything he wants to do. People always say rich and famous people don't pay enough tax. My response is shut up and join them. We all pay enough tax on property tax, gallon of gas, and everything else we do. It's about time you learn how to play the game too. Corporation, line of defense, division, subsidiaries, and more. You have the ability starting today to get it all packaged right away. I'm telling you, I'll be done with you in 90 days if you just listen and learn. But again, you're going to choice. All right, it might ask you to do 1 or 2 things. All you got to do is follow through. It's not hard to do, is it? So let's think about something today. If you allow me to, as an affiliate of 115 creditors, I'm allowed to build an Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax for every SS4. This is $1,000,001. Would you like some? Okay, here's the thing. Corporation can use its credit to do whatever down payment it needs to, pay for itself, and build it out of nothing and write it all off. It's not hard to do. I've done it all my life. So you got a choice today. So guess what? Write down SS4 times 4. All right, the way I designed this in 1986, and 3 of you are from the 80s for my clients. You've been clients that long. You always back and forth, coming back to me to answer your questions. I'm lucky. Even though I got used and abused, God gave me an IQ off the chart with total recall. I don't get stumped. Corporation, you don't name it after you. You don't name it what it does. That's dumb and double dum-dum. You got to write down line of defense. Can you imagine how many times you brought the pain home? You could have brought that pain to the division and not the corporation, or not even you. You see, a division for real estate, franchise, current business. If you allow me to, I can get you up to a $100,000 card to a $1 million card too. Would you like them both? It's not hard to do when you've been doing it for 43 years like I've been doing. You see, I want you to have that $100,000 of personal credit. But that's safety. We don't hurt the family anymore. We never bring the pain home ever again. Raise rules. We got to have an SSN because it's required. That's how you play the game. SS4 as many times as we want to as we build that American dream. How many Chase banks do you see empty today? Bank of America, Wells Fargo, too, and on and on. How many grocery stores? They got rid of a piece, but they're still in business. You can play that game too. But you're going to have to listen to me, get to the workshop while I do the work for you, then I teach you how to fish and do it on your own. God gave me the rules and the tools to give you, and all you got to do is pay attention. An SSN equals a 1040, it's right there. All right, 1 or 2 write-offs. An SS4 equals 1120. All right, all the write-offs it seems to want. So having the ability to have what again? An Aspiring TransUnion Equifax 2. So today, if you're watching me on Google, Facebook, and YouTube, that's kind of fun, but you're missing the PowerPoint in front of me. I want you to go to raisewebinar.com. I want you to realize I don't want you to bring the pain home ever again. The most frustrating thing in my whole life is I got to tell the world what I know before I die again. I made a promise. And I don't want to die until I make the world understand the truth. Here's what I learned at 7.5 years old. You ready to read it with me? This is chapter 18. It's public record. It's not here to be legal advice. They said at that poker game a corporation's a legal person. I wrote it down. See, a corporation has more rights than you and I do. That's just how it works. If you're one of those that say, I don't want a business, I like keeping my job, okay, incorporate anyway. You can incorporate like a doctor, all right, lawyer, CPA, whatever you want to do. See, here's the thing. This gives you the ability to have personal and business credit at the same time and all the write-offs. That's right. You don't even have to have a business to have a corporation. Today is the 16th of 2020. 90 days from now, you should have an 820 credit score if you do what I tell you to do. 100,000 of credit, franchise, house, and maybe an apartment complex too. You and I don't control the calendar, but we can go get the work done. I'll hold your hand. I'll even do the work for you. One of the greatest things I like about the end of the year is countdown. As long as I got 2020 and 2021, come January 2nd, I can apply for 9 lines of credit up to $150,000 apiece. That's $5.4 million, by the way. There's only 50 days left. You're running out of time. Even like in the credit, to rebuild it too. Under Section 611, they got 45 working days to play. You need to do it today. So I want you to understand. All right, I love the United States of America. I really do. The difference is everything I ever play the game with, I always make sure I master the rules. I have to be smarter than anybody I ever met. That's just something I've always had in me, to know the rules and the tools. The United States of America Incorporated, they set up their line of defense called states. Every state's a corporation. Every state set up their line of defense too, called cities. Every city's a corporation too. See, you haven't set up your line of defense for you. That's why you brought the pain home. There's so many things I need to teach you before I die again. Probably the next time will be permanently. So understand something today. All right, you are we the people. It is your constitutional right. It is the Supreme Court says so too. You got to step up to the plate. Nixon takes the gold standard out. They got the key to the printing press. They haven't stopped printing money since. So remember something today, like the consensus, that's why they print money. They got to count us, okay? You and I, we got our SSN as a teenager. We both know that's true. Mama had a baby this morning. If Mama doesn't sign the SSN form, so the baby gets a Social Security card before it's allowed to go in the car seat, in the basically stroller, the baby can't go home. This is federally mandated. Okay? Mama can't take her own child home until she signs the SSN form. Nothing wrong with it, just knowing the rules and the tools. United States of America Incorporated today. See, you got the ability to get an SS 4x4. Some of you tried it before and fell on your face. Let me do the work for you. As an affiliate, I get to build it for you. SS4, line of defense, SS4 some more. You see, I'm sorry to say, you never had to bring the pain home ever. Never. But you did. Let me repackage you. Let me make sure you never bring the pain home ever again. Stop being the duck. Your SSN equals safety credit. That's what it's for, not to use it and abuse it. Corporation, tax ID, entity, subsidiaries, and more tax IDs, line of defense. Something goes wrong, what are we going to do? We're going to say it one more time. Stop bringing the pain home. If Donald Trump can bankrupt 4 corporations in the past and not bring the pain home, so could you. If rich and famous people can do it and stay rich and famous every day, so could you. If they can bankrupt a city, because a city is actually a corporation, so you understand they play the game, so could you. But you haven't basically set up your line of defense yet. You have to realize you have the opportunity too. Credit cards start credit score. Credit score gets you more like a house and a car. House and a car do nothing for your credit report at all. They look pretty unless you screw them up. The rule is never screw it up. Never jack a card up past 29%. Don't drop your score so you can get some more and have your safety and go build your American dream. I need you tomorrow at the workshop. Tomorrow. Tomorrow morning I start at 4 o'clock in the morning. And then you can start in the classes from 7 a.m. and what? I got no excuses, but I got to keep my promise before I die again. All right? That's my biggest thing I want to do on this planet today. I want to repackage your credit my way, rebuild it. I want to get you a 720 minimum, $499. I want to do the rapid refresh, up to an 820, $499. Together it's $998. The difference is I always try to give things away through the webinar with me. Haven't had a paycheck for 20 years, don't need one, don't want one. $499 to you today. I'm going to hand you a $1,000 cash credit card. Twice as much you invested in yourself. You're going to be guaranteed up to an 820 credit score. Put you in the credit educational class for 90 days online. It would be in person, but we have COVID-19 right now. So you can actually allow me to do the work for you, and I just took away all your excuses. But you'd have to sell it today to get that discount through me. If not, call the office. They'll charge you $998. It's basically 800-510-3338. Here's the thing. I broadcast 3 times a day, Monday through Friday, and all day Saturday. I've been helping people for 43 years because God gave me the gift to give you. I don't like pre-recorded crap. I'm getting faxes today. People want answers to certain classes tomorrow. They can type it while the class is going on. I never pass the buck. I might ask you to do 1 or 2 things. Can you follow through too? But 98% I do everything for you. Walt Disney, just like everyone else. They know how to play the game. On $1 billion, they didn't basically pay any tax. They wrote an IOU to themselves. And they filed bankruptcy 7 times in the past. Kind of like a couple of you. See, here's the thing. Every one of you spent thousands on a bunch of crap. Sorry, it's just the truth. What do you got to show for it? Why don't you invest in yourself, let me do the work for you, get in the workshop, and I'll guarantee it or your money back. I got no excuses. SS 4x4, almost no liability, and get to write off almost everything you want to do. and you get to learn how to play the game and win, just like I taught Sugar Shane Mosley, Oscar, and on and on. All right, don't worry. I'm the incorporator for the rich and famous in the past, too. I can name thousands of people. The bottom line is, I want you to do this for you. So the SS4, Sperian, TransUnion, Equifax. Every entity can have its own set of credit reports and build its own American dream. Every location, every branch, every franchise, whatever you want to do. Because you can't write off your personal credit, but we can do the corporation the right way. The way I designed this in 1986, I want you to have 8 credit cards per division, 9 lines of credit, 8 supply cards, 10 vendor cards, 10 marketing, 6 lease cards, gas cards, and cash cards too. See, a corporation has 14 different ways of getting credit. It gets right off the interest rate in the cards. In the beginning, we always got to go get cash. Cash is king and queen. You have the right to start with me tomorrow morning to make you a qualified CFO. I won't let you down. I won't let go of you till you're done. It's pretty simple. But again, it's like when I studied Mr. Buffett's father. Then I studied him. See, he owns 100 plus companies and his favorite 10. He owns Ketchup, Geico, Coca-Cola, American Express, Duracell, Dairy Queen, See's Candy, Bridge Jewelry, and Fruit of the Loom. The man is playing the game. My biggest question to you is, why are you not playing the game too? You could play and win. But again, in 90 days, do you want your American dream or not? I'm going to do the work for you. I got no excuses. I can even apply up to $5.4 million of credit for you if the corporation was done right away. Because it's got to be done now to get the 2 years, basically, it's going to have to be through my dashboards. 50 working days left, that's all you got. It's kind of like the expert boot camp. The beginning of the year, I got my radio show. They gave me one of those. They were going to give me a TV show too. We scheduled a boot camp. We did that too, no problem. Here's the thing. When it came to the boot camp, it was great. But then COVID-19 slowed us down some more. My wife, I married a beautiful Colombian. All right, she's gorgeous. She's my rock. Until then, I didn't have a family. So the reality is this. I promised her I'm not going to do another boot camp. This is my finale. This is the last in boot camp I will ever do. I will not break the promise to her. She already told me, all right, you don't want me to make her a widow. In other words, you don't piss off a Colombian if you don't know that for the truth. October 23rd, 24th, 25th. It's next Saturday. And if you're not in that, you missed it. If you want to find out about it, because I'm about 11,000 shy from getting that basically housing project too, you can call 800 right away, 510-3338. Then you get stuck with me for those 3 days as well. You see, my dashboards are going to tell you don't use authorized user. Don't spend thousands of dollars on a bunch of trade lines. It's just a bunch of crap. You got to be a qualified CFO. Let's understand something today. I'm the one who invented 113 ways to daisy chain credit. I can turn every card into 99 more. But we got to do corporate credit. It's the only thing we get to write off at all. So we got to call it Ray's Rules. That's how we got to do it right now. Now in front of you are a bunch of bars going to prison. If you can't see it, I'm just going to describe it to you. You see, here's the thing. You got to run a real company. If you have the intent to defraud or rip anybody off, I will be the first one to testify, get you court of law. You're going to run a real business. All right? No crooks on my dime. Corporation, 3 divisions, line of defense. What are we going to do? If something goes wrong with the piece, we get to disconnect the piece. We get to isolate and incorporate. If we can't say we're going to bankrupt the piece, but we're not going to bring the pain home, why would we do that? We don't have to. But again, you have to listen to the rules and the tools. All right, it's besides this overview, you got to get into the workshop with me. So it's like when you bought your house. I'm probably going to say you did it wrong anyway. Don't be offended. You see, escrow works for you, but you let them tell you what to do. You should have said escrow closed, escrow home, instead escrow recorded in a trust. Unfortunately, you didn't do that. Years ago, I donated all the forms to Google about a trust. Today, if you have assets in your name, That means if somebody sues you, screws you, they take it away. If you die, it's stuck into probate. You need to protect your family and your life. Let's go back to that property. We're going to fix it up because that's more fun. That just pisses me off when someone doesn't have anything protected, which it costs less than $20. The forms are free. So when you get a property, we're going to call it a flippity-dippity if you're going to fix it up. If you're going to hire a contractor, the contractor is going to hire the subcontractor that's down outside Home Depot. Good workers, but what if they cut every corner they can and they slip and fall and they sue you and screw you out of everything you got? Remember what I told you in the beginning when we met today? I want you to plan someone getting in your way or trying to take it away. You see, I want every property you ever get quickly deed to a division. I want you to do an assignment of equity. I want you to make sure they can't sue you at all. And then at the end of the day, they get diddly squat. Why not? See, you got to protect your ass. And never bring the pain home. Please Google the word irrevocable trust today. So you got the ability to do this right. Now, some of you, unfortunately, try to play peekaboo with the IRS and make a little bit of a mess. Let's remember, we got to play by the rules we've been dealt. You can't circumvent the IRS no matter what you think you can do. So you might have to go to irs.gov, download a form called 656 of 433A and B. You got to get your COVID-19 check and get your butt back in the system where it belongs. If you're going to play the game, you got to play by the rules they give us. Simple. Now we're going to have 4 more divisions the way I want you to do it, because I want you to focus, because I want you to have one for carpet, appliances, fixtures, and wood. How about I show you step by step how to go to the manufacturer, get an open account, get a 70% discount too. That way it pays to fix up that property. We don't have to pay a bill for 30 to 60 to 90 days. Escrow closes, escrow pays off the debt. Now you got $200,000 left over. You're not rich, but you got some money. From there, please think. Have you ever had $10,000 to $100,000 in your pocket before and pissed it away? And some of you are broke today? Write down Ray's rules, leveraging money. Borrow money is not taxable. See, you got the ability to set up the line of defense. See it, believe it, and go get it every day. The ability to understand this. Before my coma, I had a facility in Irvine, 22,000 square feet. Locations in the different states as well. Doing $1 million plus a day helping people like you. The reality is the bank would call me up by 9 o'clock in the morning every day or be at the office. And always on to go and say, Ray, what can I do for you today? In other words, when you got money, they're always going, they kiss your assets. Got no money, they don't know your name. Let's put the money in the bank the right way. Listen to the right way, please. When you make the bank verify itself, they have to say yes. So we create 3 reference points right away. All right, the banks borrow from the feds times 10 and loan back up to 5 to us. What if they gave us $3 million of credit? You see, borrow money is not taxable. I'd tell you, let's take $2 million of that and get a McDonald's today, get a Big Mac or fry and a chocolate shake. You want one too? Let me know. See, you got the ability to change your life immediately. It's like me. My game for me is always getting everything for free, making it pay for itself. You see, when I wanted that Rolex years ago, I set up a division for jewelry. Okay, they wanted $89,000 for the watch, but wholesale price was $39,000. They overnighted the watch to me. Don't have to pay for it for 30 days. I put a loan on the watch I did not own. I paid the invoice when it came in. I put the leftover in the bank, maintained the payments on the watch I did not own. At the end of the day, I got it for free. I want you to listen and learn from me, and I want you to learn how to play the game and win. This is up to you too. Beating your own doubt, running your own race. That's what you're going to have to do. It's like, let's talk about cash flow, free up your time. You want to free up your time today? A corporation under C-191D can loan money 8 ways. What if we took $100,000 on a credit card and we turn around and take $50,000 off the card? We help 5 people save their house, put a second trust deed, a homestead blocker, UCC win and chattel mortgage too. We just created out of its own money, didn't cost us a thing, $2,449 positive cash flow per month. $100,000 is $4,800. $150 is $73.47. The ability to do this right. Don't you get this yet? You can create your own cash flow for your time as fast as you want to. I'll show you some mansions, the helicopters, the yachts. Still got to get you past go. The bottom line is I want you to master the rules and the tools, and I don't want you to bring the pain home ever again. This one I used to call God's gift. It's where I parked my race boat and my yacht in my backyard. Where you park yours again? You got a choice, because I love the helicopters, the Lamborghinis, and the buildings too. I mean, wouldn't you? Come on, let's be honest. You see, today I want you to change your driver's license to a P.O. box or a mailing address. Every time you pull out that driver's license because you write a check or use a debit card, you're going, here where I am, go rob my house, I'm not home right now. Sue me, screw me, take it away, please. You got to protect your assets. We have the Schaefer bill in California, the Driver's Privacy Protection Act. Protect yourself, please. The last time you bought a car, what did you do? You let somebody sweat you for hours on end. You lost $5,000 up to 9 inquiries too. If you're going to do it your way, at least add 2 steps to it. When they hand you the paper, say we got to run your credit. When you sign it next to your signature, this allows 1 inquiry only, and you take a picture. That's all you got to do. The reality is this. If it was me, I'd be at the workshop learning how to get under a tax ID at fleet price. Now remember what I said earlier today. I want to protect your house, your car, your bank account, and repackage you. What happens if you went to this grocery store or the bank today? A little bumpity bump. And they act like they got whiplash. They're going to ask you for the driver's license, insurance, registration, please. Again, does your driver's license have your home address on it? That paycheck, don't they call that taxable income? Are they paying for the insurance, the corporation, or are you paying for it? Oh, the next thing is you're the registered owner, so you're the duck. They're going to call them these nasty attorneys on TV. Sorry, but I call them bloodsuckers. And what they're going to do is sue you, screw you, and take everything you got. Like I told you in the beginning, today, protect your assets and make sure no one can take it away. Registered owner should be the division. The lien holder should be the corporation too. At the end of the day, they really do get diddly squat. Why not? Again, you got to repackage your assets correctly. But it's your choice today. And what did I do on July 3rd, 2009? I took my corporate yacht from my backyard. There's the address. I said fill it up. I wrote off the card, the interest rate, and the yacht. Why not? Reality is I find myself in a coma on July 5th, waiting to die, H1N1. When I came out of the coma, I made a promise. And I think that's what I got to live still, is help people like you. I took the oxygen tank around me for 5 weeks. I put my credit score back to an 820, and then I popped $1 million of credit again. I don't want you to ever stay down ever again. You got to master the rules and the tools too. God's using me to help you today if you pay attention, please. The bottom line is I made my promise. I'm going to help you till the day I die. There I am in the coma, waiting to die at 5:41, July 5th, 2009. Keeping my promise today still. So I named my son and my daughter after me. It's called the Reynolds University. The ability you can change your life. Now, I don't control the calendar, neither do you. Today is October 16th, 2020. 90 days from now, you should have up to a 20 credit score, up to 100,000, franchise, house, and apartment complex, whatever you want. I might ask you to do 1 or 2 things, but I'm going to do most of the work for you anyway, and I'm going to hold your hand. I like the lines of credit, the checkbooks too, but I got to have a corporation in 2020 and 2021. Got to get the 2 years. 50 working days left of the year. That's it. Today, I'd like to give you the articles, corporation, officers list, tax ID for $9.99. If you have it, you probably spent $3,000, got a stock kit, and don't know what to do next. I'd like to be your next if you allow me to. I want every one of you at the setup class tomorrow. I want every one of you at level 1 to set up the divisions, the line of defense. I want you in there for 90 days, going again and again and again. I want it here. You see, you watch your favorite movie today, you can say the words before they do. Workshops are $9.99 too. The office sales are for $19.98. That's okay. From here, it's pretty simple. $1,799 today. I'm going to hand you $5,400 of cash credit back to you. I'm going to make sure you get 3 times your investment yourself, get all the goodies, and 90 days with me, and rapid rescore, and credit building too. By the way, you have no excuses now. Reality is you're stuck with me, and I'm doing all the work for you. All you got to do is Zelle, wire, deposit. It's not hard to do at all. So your lack of commitment is on you. All right, remember, you're the only one holding yourself back. Look at a building and a Lamborghini all purchased under what? Tax ID, reaching the dream. You got a choice. Think and be the impossible. I've done it all my life. Raise rules. You can master those too. You have the ability not to bring the pain home. All I'm asking for is 90 days, and let me do all the work for you and hand it to you. At every seminar, workshop, and boot camp. No excuses from me. There's that, all right, October 16th again. All right, don't forget, last year people got mad at me. You didn't tell me enough, Ray. Understand something. Today is today. Motivation, I listen to it every day. I like it too. But it doesn't give me the tools and the rules that I need. It's just motivation. At the end of the day, it's still blah, blah, blah. I'll show you some of mine, and I'll teach you how to get yours if you don't have it yet. But we're going to use Ray's rules. You see, at the end of the day, you got a story to tell too. I like to get you up to an 820 credit score, up to $100,000 of credit. We're going to call it safety. Make sure you don't forget that at all. Corporation and divisions up to $1 million. Stop being stuck, please. If you're wondering what's next, it's simple. It's me. I'm going to be your next. I'm not going to let you down, and I'm going to hold your hand every step of the way. You got the ability to join me all day tomorrow if you want to. Remember what I said in the beginning? I want to repackage your whole life. Your house, your car, your bank account too. I want to clone me into you. I want it done my way, by the way. You see that corporate setup today is $17.99, and you get 3 months of workshops with me. You literally get $5,400 of cash credit. And what happens, that's 3 times investment back to you. Rapid rescore, credit building too. What excuse could you have now? There's no excuse at all. You got the ability today, Zelle, wire, deposit. Or you can call that 800 number 2. See, the ability to understand the 14th Amendment of the Constitution turn corporations into people, we the people. I love the United States of America, but everything I've ever done in my life, I master the rules and the tools, and I make sure I understand them, and I carry the discipline, and they manage 50 states. That's what they do. They're all corporations, and corporations are states. They manage their cities, and their cities are corporations too. They have their line of defense, but you have not. All right, I don't understand why you have not. You're all going to say, no one told me. Well, I'm telling you now. Okay, raise rules. Never have joint credit. Buy a house, escrow close, escrow homestead, escrow recorded in a trust. Corporation, never name it after you. They'd be kind of dumb. Don't name it what it does. That's double dum-dum. Have up to $1 million of credit. You've got to set up the line of defense. Divisions, real estate, franchise, current business. You have to realize something. You have the ability. And with this overview, now you understand a lot more. But I need you at the workshop so we can go through it step by step. You see, like I told you in the beginning, plan on the problem. Plan on somebody trying to take it away or piss you off. But if you got safety credit in the line of defense, you can see it, believe it, and go get it every day. The ability to know the rules and the tools for yourself. At the end of the day, if all you want is an 820 credit score, okay, $499. A credit card, $1,000 card, back to you twice as much as you invest in yourself. Go to the class for 90 days about credit or education. It's going to be part of this program. It's free for you. But again, today, if you Zelle it, wire deposit, this is what you get. If you call the office, they got to get their commission. They're salespeople. What do you expect? So the goal is this. This is my favorite thing, and I wish this is the only thing I could tell you to do. It's called Millionaires in the Making. See, I believe in everybody. I believe in you. You have the ability to put all the pieces together. I call this step 1. This is going to be all the pieces together. Okay? Analyze you twice. From there, the office sells it for $3,995. Me, I'm going to give it away to you for $2,999 today. I'm going to give you $25,000 of cash credit. I'm going to give you 8 times your investment back to you. No excuses. I'm going to do all the work for you. You're in the workshops for 90 days. I might ask you to do 1 or 2 things at the most. That's all you're going to do. But now you're going to master the rules and the tools here. You don't have to bring the pain home ever again after meeting me. There's a Zelle, there's a wire, there's a deposit. The ability to change your life. The American dream. Receiving money every month, pay all your bills, drive the company car, go on a business trip, help other people, free up your time. The bottom line is the line of defense. Master the rules and the tools, raise rules. If I could twist your arm or say you got to do this, I can't say it enough. The Millionaires in the Making program is the greatest program I could create. For less than $3,000, actually it's $3,000. All the goodies, 90 days with me, $25,000 of cash credit, 8 times your investment. It's the best thing you could ever do and change your life and not bring the pain home. Zelle wire deposit. It's all you're going to have to do. Now, if you say you don't want a business, that's okay. I'll still incorporate you just like doctors, CPAs, and attorneys do all the time. You can have personal and business credit and run your life through the corporation and get all the write-offs too if you want to. But today's October 16th. You and I can't control the time, but we got to step up to the plate today. That's what we've got to do. At every seminar, workshop, and boot camp, I will personally hold your hand. I will never pass the buck. You're stuck with me. So today, stay safe, stay strong. Jose, go get Eric, please. I want to be your next to come. I want to change your life. Let us always remember life is a gift from our Father in heaven. God has given us the opportunity to believe and receive. Let us make the best of the day and give thanks in every way. Thank you, Jesus, for one more day. Amen to that. He gave me the rules and the tools to give you. You got the overview. Tomorrow I want you at the workshop with me. Every one of you could call 800-510-3338 right away. Remember, raise rules. Never bring the pain home. I'm sorry to say if you're not going to basically call right away, that means you're going to stay stuck. I can fix anybody. God gave me the tools and rules to help you. And at the end of the day, never forget, God loves us all.